My pirates are actually a bit scared of fighting around here because the Ottomans have such a big scary navy. But don't worry, we will reduce that big scary navy to cinders soon enough. I kind of want to control the Mediterranean first, because if I have it under blockade and I just cap it here, nobody gets in and out without my permission, and I keep them all under blockade. And we have these folks always taking care of the situation here. That said, they are crummy ships, so let's have these guys who are not so crummy head over there. Get you folks upgraded. Ugh. And a bit more ugh. Let's just send you over to Crete. I'll send you guys over here. There we go, all sorted. Profits before people sounds good to me. It's always Katai, isn't it? Poor Katai. So with this I have good eyes on the Ottoman coastline, but I also have him under some severe blockade. And blockades on the coastline really harm, well yes, goods produced, but also their trade power. Trade power is reduced by 75%. They have enough bonuses that more or less makes up for that, but blockades are doing what they do here. Which should proportionally give me more power in Constantinople, but because my pirates are too scared to attack here, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. I would like it if bold actually means they go out no matter what. But they're scared of these guys and they're scared of those guys. Hey, it's a scary situation. Let's have single mother over here because they... Nah, I think Major has a matter of pride of keeping the Ottomans at bay. If I could goad the Ottoman fleet out to attacking, then I'd be able to get back to privateering them, because this is going to hurt my wallet quite a bit. But oh well. So all this is taken care of. You are repairing. You're also repairing, but you're almost done with that, which is cool. And that should be blockade of Ming China. Oh my, Ming have that? Well, hopefully they lose it to Bengal. Alright. It's a good start, but that's only 2 of the majors. All the Kamidori censoring has... Oh my, sea space, that's it's a bit lewd. A bit too lewd to handle here. I am slightly gutted by not having these Ottomans attacked here. I think it's in our interests to pop over here. Because I'm at war with these big powers, Mamluks now think it's a good time to coalition me. I'm not too afraid of that, because it's a war goal that works well again, well for me, but we'll see how that works out in practice. I feel like I actually need to bring out an army to eject that navy. Let's also not get too cocky if he pops out here. Okay. I can't over-dedicate forces here. Also, why do I have all these galleots? I guess it's fine if they get destroyed. So I'm just going to ditch 30 there, the other 12 there, and the rest can hide away in Naxos proper. Along with all these disgraced pirates who are too scared to go out and privateer. You're meant to be bold, man. Jake, the viewer reduction strats need work. They really do, but the viewer reduction strats will remain. Somebody actually asked me before, are you going to keep the viewer reduction strats now that you kind of need viewers to survive? But absolutely not. If the viewer count gets so high, I have a button ready to smash and switch over to Draken at a moment's notice. Isn't it better to leave the Ottoman fleet in one place instead of attacking them? They rebuild in many places. Perhaps, but it scares my privateers, and I like to think financially I put them in enough trouble as it is. And if I do that for too many nations, it's just going to work against me. Why don't I actually just try and lure these ones out? I'd like them dead. Deader than a doorknob. Goodbye, Navy Tradition. I knew you well, but we make plenty of it. There's a fun part. We look at Navy Tradition. Plus 4.12 because I protect trade in massive inverted commas. Alright, best of luck. See if you can't get those guys out of there. If you can take this province fast enough. I think they know that I'm coming, but if you do get that, then glory to me. These guys make Ming a slight problem, but it shouldn't be too shabby, right? I would still like to take this. I do have units around to do such a thing, so let's eject that Ming Navy. Oh, we have time, right? We've already achieved the goal of the campaign. This is just an extra fun thing that I wanted to do for it. Not to mention, with so many big wars, the AI is really starting to chug that game. Yeah, it's getting a bit slideshowy now. Alright, ignoring the pirates there, let's have Major pop out and deal with this. Great job. You can just go back and chill out now. Right, this is what I was thinking would happen. Ming see such a small fleet there, and they think they'll jump on it. But I'm about to reinforce it, and I might as well have single mother work her magic. I could have it popped in with galleys instead, but it's just a single province. I don't care so much about it. There we go. With that fleet completely annihilated. Oh, speaking of complete annihilation, those guys went away. Alright, I'll just send you guys over there so that we keep them under wraps. But the Ming were completely, the Ottoman were completely annihilated there, which feels pretty good. Send some lights away. Liquidate the transports, leave behind just a few to hold this area, and then there's that Ottoman force that worries me, because they could pop out and cause a lot of havoc, take those over, and then just start wiping these ones up. But he seems stuck in his place, which works out well for me. Let's deal with the Ming. I like the fact that it is actually the Ming. And Jagger is ready for this. Jagger saw this coming. Oh, that was excellent. We annihilated the Ming fleet here as well. No prisoners taken. Actually, you did it all. I didn't even need the galleys there. Swell. With that in mind, let's get back to just having those two there that keep the blockade going. Excellent stuff. That's what we're talking about. How about building some great docks while you have the dollar? You're building really heavy into your income, probably even into a deficit. I could probably stop building all my light ships. I have enough that are currently privateering, if anything, to make it all work, but we still have a juicy overflow, and I think we'll just let our... Well, how many we actually have to do? Where's building ships? For the most part, we're almost done with it, so no, I won't stop building ships. And I won't... Yeah, I won't build the grand shipyards either. Just doesn't seem worth it to me right now. I'd rather invest in a stronger economy, but more than any of that, I'd just rather not. The only thing I really need are more sailors, because the sailor deficit is hurting. Well, let's do what we can to help there. Ugh, I left you with no leader. That's a shame. Well, get over to King Chow and take it quickly. Hopefully the Ming don't attack us. Right, this is what I worried about. The Ming, not the Ming, the Ottoman are taking us on there. So, Single Mother, help us out. It's Major's fight, I guess. But Major, just get there as quickly as you can. And you can help out too. I need all the people on this fight as quickly as we can. I have every confidence that fight is going to go our way. I'm more interested in the Ming not flattening us with his 1,000,000 troops. I say 1,000,000, he doesn't have 1,000,000, but between him and his ally, they certainly do. We took a bite out of it, but not a big enough bite. I probably have to just keep a bunch of boats there. Mayor, you keep them. You keep them under wraps. Looking on the bright side, you're right. It stops him from making more, or at least making a lot more. Truce is up with Spain. Coalition from Pasai. All bad news, but it's only particularly bad if they actually attack me. Then I need to fast track my plans to put Spain under total blockade, and that Spain, I think, is the next one I'm going to do after I keep the after I bring the Mediterranean under my control. Take the policy to increase naval engagement with. I did. We are pretty hunky-dory on diplomatic policies. Naval engagement, sailors modifier, sailor maintenance, blockading, privateering, and naval force limit. We got as much as we can. All of these are better than morale. I don't get tariffs. Heavy ship combat ability is pretty great, but I don't have innovative done. Yeah, I can be happy with what we have here. Right, this should scupper the Ming fleet. And then we have a good chunk. Well, we got big parts under blockade at least. Chernigov, any allies? Russia, you say? But Russia almost wouldn't join in. Hey, Russia, do you really want to be their friend? I mean, really. Let's make sure that we're super trustworthy with you. You're another great power, so I can't, well... sadly not. How about Chernigov? Would you like to not be allied with Russia? No, they quaff at the idea. But Russia almost don't want to save them. And I'll probably have to crush Russia at some point because he has a lot of ports that need blockading too. This is suddenly 99%. Did he get a bit of development there or something? Most suspect. And you folks are meant to be back there. Okay, this works for us. We have these provinces under our pretty permanent control. I'm going to pull back with you, and Jagger should slaughter this fleet. Shouldn't even be a question. And it's really not. And since he's level-headed, he's not going to lose things when he loses his fleet there. Yoink to the 3-decker. I'll add it to the pile because I am going to need more heavies for this global operation. Those 9 frigates are there for blockading, and you guys are just here for show. 9 galleys, although there are archipelago frigates, I don't think they're that necessary. Let me think. That's 9 of them, and they can blockade 67 development. 9 lights can do 84, so undeniably the lights are better at blockading. So yeah, I think we'll just liquidate you into sailors, because boy, I struggle on sailors a bit. I'm going to struggle a whole lot more when we have more happening. And I can bring you guys away, maybe somewhere with a bit of force limit for you. which we kind of lack right now. Kalung 48. Yeah, you should be fine there. And I'll keep you folks in here. That'll keep the Ming fleet at bay, although I wish it was all just dead. Alright. Jake, when's your first exploits run? That would have been back in... Huh. I mean, Mingles always comes to mind, but I'm sure there were exploit runs before that. Glad I'm still privateer in Constantinople. It's worth so much dosh to us. Alright, well, with Ming and Ottomans taken care of, where to next? Tell you where I'm going to next. I'm going to check on my stew because the place is smelling like stew right now. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, it's good. So, a good question is coming in from the best Jacob, 2008. I don't like the idea of 11-year-olds watching this, but whatever. No, I won't get Call for Peace because you need 66% war score for that, and I will not achieve 66% war score. No way, no how. Well, actually, on this one war, I probably could if I won more battles. Let's hope I don't. I'll be using War Against the World for most of our wars, and I definitely won't get the war score because I'll actually lose 25 for not taking the capital. So on paper that works against me, but in reality, Russia is fighting Ming and losing. Chernigov, your time is soon. More dry docks coming, but man, do I know how to lose sailors here. Of course, there's always more raiding to be done, so let's have you help out with that. Give me those sailors. Then again, I face a deficit of 300 every month. So every time I hit this, I'm really just... well, it depends where I do it. Really depends where you do it. Scipio Mercenary will no longer serve us. He died in the army camp in Hormuz. I'm sure he'll be missed. Come on, I'm sure Delta's to be done. There we go, that's where it's at. Oh, actually, I thought the Delta would have more. Admin efficiency, development efficiency, normally great things to take, but not a big deal for us, not when I can make my way towards optimism. So tech cost reduction, institution embracement reduction, not that it matters, we have them all. Poor Chernigov. Well, it was their fault for getting a port. I can't quite take them on yet, but I will. Huh. I think my whole ability to blockade went down a bit. I wonder what to make of that. Not that they all have to be at 100%, there's no big deal about that. Poland would get involved, France would get involved. I don't like the French getting involved with Italy. How about Poland though? They're allied with Bohemia and Italy. Bohemia don't have a coastline. Italy does. This is a great way to single out Italy. Unfortunately, Italy's going to drink a lot of my galleys to take on in a fight. Fortunately, it shouldn't be so many that it becomes a problem. What I can do is I can chuck another 10 galleys over here. I can be confident that these 10 galleys will hold, but not so confident that I'm not going to back them up with a few more. Even these banged up ones should be repaired soon enough, so I'll tell you to go there. And then I'm going to bring you over here, and... Poland's a risky one. He looks like he barely has any coastline, and that's correct. However, he still has 24 heavies and 13 galleys. 24 heavies with this as a coastline is nuts. But that's what very hard mode does. I'm not super confident taking that on with 30 galleys. However, if all 30 galleys are right here, then that Polish heavy fleet is not budging from here. And privateering the Baltic Sea is not worth a whole lot to me. Privateering Novgorod is worth a decent sum to me. But is it decent enough to justify what I want to do here? I don't think so. So I am actually going to pull both of you back here. And you folks are going to hold this. If we get a chance to maul the Poles to death, then all the better for it, but forget single mother. We'll make a new admiral for you. And we're going to have... who will we have? We'll actually have Mardy Mole help us out. Oh, they're pretty good. Maneuver is the best stat you can have as an admiral, but overall they are still pretty good. Okay, bringing you guys back. I'll bring you guys back quite far, actually. All the way back to Britain. But let's not forget to raid our way along. I'm still going to break up with Russia. This is a given, but let's do what we can here first. Recently raided. Okay, so with this, I need to keep you here, otherwise these provinces are forfeit. Attack you. I don't care about Bohemia. I don't care about Pomerania. Is stuck on that side, so that's okay. Italy, though. Before I pull the trigger for that, I need to locate and destroy the Italian navy. He is at war with Spain, so maybe Spain's already done a number on it. Well, I can't be so sure, because I'm looking at the Italian 23 heavies and 42 galleys right there. So, Italy... okay, that's the entirety of their offensive navy. So let's grab you under the divine leadership of Single Mother and go and slaughter some Italians at sea. So, anybody know of a famous Italian naval victory? Because I sure don't. And I don't think we're about to learn of one. Right, so he's sticking around over there. I see those, but those are just Italian lights. Shouldn't be a problem for us to deal with. Don't want to pay admin, away that goes. Hang on, I thought the Italians were there. Did I imagine it? I often do. Yeah, he's heading down to the Gulf of Maria, which is fine because that is also an inland sea. But I need to engage them quickly. And very hard mode gives the AI such enormous fleets. There we go, the Italians are stuck there. We're on our way. We're busy making loads of dosh from enemy gold fleets. Italy's going to the Gulf of Valencia. No, the Gibraltar on the 6th. No, that's me. He's going to Valencia on the 10th. We'll be here on the 8th. 7th. Good. That's good enough. Poland, down you go. Take Italy with you. Is there anybody else I want to get involved in all of this? Certainly not Brandenburg. That's a bit of a pain to me right now, but I want to have the Baltic Sea in lockdown and, more importantly, work my way around the Mediterranean. The Mamluks will have to fall eventually. Morocco, Tunis. Tunis isn't a problem. Morocco's not a problem either. Hormuz, slight problem. They probably want their capital back. Biggest problem is that our friends the Mamluks are pretty international. They were spared the Ottoman rampage, probably because some asshole kept getting the Ottomans tied up in European affairs. But with this, the Mamluks are really around the place. That's why they're the second biggest navy in the world. Hello, I hope you're having a good day, says Killer DJ. I certainly am. All the better when these Italians go down. I was just thinking about co-belligerents, however. Saxe-Lauenburg and Gelre. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have plenty of Casus Belli. Boom. A slight thing that the Polish could do is land on Gotland. A temporary setback, however. It doesn't even have a fort. Same with Gotland. Jake, if my punishment game doesn't work, it's an Adult Swim game, can I submit a substitute? Sure, but why would you think it wouldn't work? Alright, we caught those dirty Italian scumbags of the sea. Hang on. Okay, I thought it said I had allies in the war. Of course I don't. Might even be able to nab ourselves an Italian flagship out of all of this. Boy, this is quite the thing of beauty to make. If we get rid of our lights, let's just have the galleys there. That is such deficit of sailors, 500. Wow, that was a massacre. Fortunately, I can take those heavies. I could scuttle them, but I'll actually add them to my heavies here because when I come for the Spanish, I'm going to need so many heavies. The Italians are running away, but that's what the Italians do. And with that, the Italians really don't have a fleet to worry about. 3 heavies and 10 galleys. That will not win them anything here in the Mediterranean. Mediterranean is my swimming pool. I didn't stick their flagship, which is unfortunate. But I could sink their hopes and dreams. There we go. We're even stealing lights. Good. Arguing. So the Italians are out of there as well. Well, it's not a problem. Actually, are those transports? The Italians were trying to transport troops. Too bad for them. They won't. It's their fleet being chased away. It's fine. We'll keep them under lock and key. And with this, we can put the Italians under total blockade. They may get gutsy and try to attack us, but 16 of you should be able to take care of those. Just in case, though, let's add a few more. Oh, just a couple more will do. And continue the blockade. Enable Reformer's Deed. Oh, I quite like having somebody that helps me with the ability of my ships. So let's get rid of these crummy ones and hope for someone better. Siamamara, the Ottomans are at it again, probably because Major is showing weakness, but I'm sure he can handle this, even though he's hilariously outnumbered. But look at this, the engagement width is 45. Unless we were to lose 9 boats, we'd still have this one in the bag. I will give him slight backup, but he should have this one dealt with. I'm sure you may have already said, however, will the wheel be used to select the next campaign? Chaos should always rule, of course. It's currently being voted on Patreon, but it's not a case of the most votes win. It's a case of the more votes you have, the more places you have on the wheel, and then we spin the wheel. So even if you have just 1 vote in 20, you have that 1 in 20 chance of being spun. Because I agree, chaos should rule. Reckless privateer, that sounds like extra privateer efficiency to me. Laws and treaties are more like guidelines anyway. There we go, stole more than enough galleys to make up for that. So let's celebrate by raiding them. I need those. I need those. Russia's still going to defend Chernigov, unfortunately. Even though Russia's getting minged on. Now, having so many blockades going will liberate me a bit when it comes to raiding wherever, whenever. I could probably just go between all my navies and just mash that raid button. It would take a bit of time, but it would at least sustain us when it comes to having enough sailors for everything that we need to do. So there we go. That is now the Ottomans and Italy under wraps. Still a little concerned about that Italian fleet, but my 18 galleys should have that more than taken care of. And this means there's no real threat to you except for the Bavarians, who only... Oh, they have Gelra on their side, and Gelra is a bit of a pain. Ah, Gelra is the Emperor of the HRE. But they're currently getting themselves blasted by my good friend Naxos. I should be wary of being at war with the Holy Roman Emperor, because that will prevent me from declaring war on other countries, such as Brandenburg, who is in the HRE. And doing that would not involve Gelra, but would involve France, and I'm a teeny tiny bit scared of France. But we're working on it. We got Ming under wraps over in the Far East, and we got the two of the big four, I would say, dealt with: Ottomans and Italy. France and Spain. Spain is the biggest pain, because it's not just Spain, it's Spain's monolithic New World empire. Of course, there's Vinland to care about as well, isn't there? Who would have thought? Wish I could just have Spain have their colonies go free. That would make my life so much easier. But he has them under lock and key. Gelra. I could attack Gelra themselves, but again, that would not solve any problems. That would have me at war with the Emperor. I'm not doing any of these. If only one of these would give me extra sailors, but they don't. Tax, prestige. I guess interest per annum would be nice. Let's forgive our usury and ensure that we have a better lock and key on leadership in the Curia. Anytime we keep that maxed is time that we're wasting. It's like get 0 infamy in EU3, just wasting everybody's forgiveness. Okay. And the income is still looking great. Slight problem with fighting Mamluks. Oh yeah, the Mamluks is another one of the big ones around here. I need to figure out how best to deal with them. I would more or less need my fleet in position to deal with it all. But Spain and France. France would involve Burgundy. I need more of a fleet around here to deal with the Burgundians, though. I would also like to not have all of this taken up with these light ships. So let's control drag to get only them, and have them all, as long as I don't have any pirate ships, let's bring them all over to Rumden and figure them out. Because yeah, I need heavies to deal around here, but I need these heavies specifically to deal with Spain. I might need more heavies just around here for flexibility's sake, but they cost so many sailors. And the fact that the Ottomans haven't given up the ghost here means I can't free up as many of these galleys as I would like to. And trust me, I would like to. We'll have you with 60 of them there. The rest of you go and heal up. And I think I'm going to want these galleys here just to make sure that Spain and friends don't cause further problems here. Mamluks and Morocco. It's a shame that Mamluks have they have all of the Berbers here stuck together like glue. I can't single them out, can I? Well, there is Messina, who I don't care at all about. They're allied with Morocco. That would get me Morocco on their own. But that doesn't help. Spain would just come and ruin my day. What I should probably do is have you folks split into two, have you here and here, and then I just take on Spain, because Spain have no allies that I care about. I mean, I said care about. Ooh, I could single out Portugal. That's a pretty good one. I can have Portugal under lockdown. He doesn't have much of a global empire, but it does exist. Portuguese Vinland is a thing. I'll give my heavies something to do over here. Again, expensive on the sailors having them active, but needs must. Sorry if I missed you answering this, but are you going to do anything about that island inside the New World continent? So there's this, right? There aren't ports on these, so they don't actually count as coastal, is what I'm choosing to believe here. Yeah, you can even check it here. Trade power doesn't have coastal on it, so these are actually just land provinces. This may as well be an inland lake. You can't navigate ships around it. It just does nothing. Bit of a limitation that it's one big lake means this province here could fabricate a claim on this province. But whatever. The AI would have problems if there were inland lakes, so inland lakes that can be used with ships, so nah. Naxos is the Prussia of the high seas. It is a navy with a state. That's probably more true than the Prussian saying. Hello Portugal, I hate you. Please die. Your Portuguese colony down here is actually a slight matter of concern for me, because I bet Portuguese Vinland has an uncomfortable amount of heavy ships. Portuguese Vinland have 5 heavy ships. And that's enough to give these guys a run for their money, I know that. But I should probably just declare war and then deal with the consequences. Because that allows me to get Spain completely on their own. Change I strolled into here and stole this, so don't mind if I raid your coastline while I'm here. How am I able to do you? Oh right, because I have this. Thank you kindly. 1, 2. Means I could raid here as well if I wanted one province. No, not even. It's already done from this sea. Okay, well, point is I got a great frigate. I like those, but give me the sailors instead. Yeah, Portugal barely has a navy for me to care about. I could probably take Lisboa and force their fleet out to murdify it. But what I would probably rather do is have these guys down here, and then I'm going to take a bunch of lights. Gotta have a lot of lights. Good. Gonna send them over to Cogwall first. Yeah, it's fine. And then see you folks down here just to blockade the Portuguese. Not a good start. There we go, now you guys can all look after each other, and if you get engaged with by Spaniards, you just converge on them. I still feel like this is not enough galleys, but the Ottomans are swallowing up a lot of my galleys right now. I got a lot of galleys here, but they're keeping the Ming in check. Then again, I could have another splendiferous attack on that fleet with a simple single merc. Jake, do you ever think Paradox will fix the exploit where during the first month of the game you can raid any coast? This is due to anti-piracy not actually starting to the first tick of the game. Huh, I bet that works on reloads. I don't know. I know who won't fix it, and that is me. I don't mean that to sound as coy as it likely does, but I don't work there no more. I'd feel a lot happier knowing where every single Portuguese boat is. Right now I only know where these 10 heavies are. They have more that is out there. Yeah, them having all of this is actually a bigger pain in my rear end than I thought. Okay, well there are ways to solve this, obviously. Such as Simply blockading them to hell and back. What? You won't detach a blockade because you're not blockading any ports. Am I insane, or am I insane here? Dip advisor? Yeah, I keep forgetting to check on that one. But they all kind of blow. They really all kind of blow. Guess I'll go with relations guy. I have too many Diplo relations. I'll drop an ally sooner or later. At the moment it's kind of good to be able to declare these wars on my terms, because right now a coalition or the Spaniards could drop on me, and that would be unpleasant. Very unpleasant. Right, now I can detach blockades. Good. Gotta remember that the French exist over here in... Oh, those cowardly Portuguese, how dare they? They're taking me on, but they'll be assisted soon, so no biggie. Huh, wasn't aware I'd left you out there, but I guess I had. Let's eject these and slaughter them, and then forget about those fleets down the line. I'll definitely forget about them down the line. We have everything here that we need. Good. There'll definitely be more blockades needed done. Who has the cojones? Spain versus Morocco. No big deal. Certainly not my deal. Yeah, this is what I meant. I don't know where the Portuguese boats are. So he's able to pop out and do things like this to me. That's probably my boats destroyed there. Because no matter who I put on this, they won't get there fast enough. However, you're getting there pretty fast, aren't you? 29th. Dang, I probably should have retreated, then I could have gotten them in time. Current song playing is March on Granada. I do like this song a lot. There are other Portuguese though, right? Well, kind of. That is still a Portuguese province, so we'll put that under blockade as well. It's like a world conquest, but completely on the seas. God, this is Portuguese as well. They really get around, don't they? I'll just send some boats up there. I'll need just a tiny fraction more of them to take the lip there, and we're good. But the new world here is a pain. I don't really need to privateer all of this, and I'm relatively confident in the powers of my navy. So I think I would like to actually just split you in half. 20 there, 20 there. And then there's Paupoi there, but I'm going to split you in half and stick 2 of you there, and that should be enough for that. Hopefully enough. The Portuguese might beg to differ. Does Portuguese have any islands worth occupying? I'm not in this to occupy stuff. If I occupy, it's only going to rebel and cause problems down the line. So no, this is a war on the seas, for the seas. And it's good to know that I have 270 ships ready to do blockades around here. Also, with this, I don't think Gelra is going to defend any Imperial members. Augsburg and Baden would help Bavaria, but this is a good opportunity to isolate Bavaria. What about Venice? Oh, they're also isolated. Well then, Bavaria, welcome to the world of being at war with me. Let's not be hasty here, though. People get unknown coasts, but now these two do not. Bwom. What a joke. The Venetian arsenal is sitting there, but I think arse is the right word. It's no way gonna defeat me here. Too many boats. I should do with a few more over there just to keep the Venetians in check. Because the Venetians do have, what, the best galley ideas in the game. Then again, I could always steal my way to power when it comes to galleys, and I certainly did there. He tries, he fails, and I come in to steal some sailors just to keep myself afloat there. Venice will be the next to go. As expected, Tonkin's going down. These guys did a good job, I'll just get rid of them. Jagger's not scared if he loses a ship, he's level-headed. And I think that was a battle down here, right? Yeah! Keep the accursed Portuguese in check. But boy, I need more heavies to deal with the Spaniards. I'm kind of putting off making them, but I do know I need them. I have 21 over here, I have 32 over here, but these are mostly just to plug a gap. I have a lot of heavies here. I probably have an excessive number of heavies here. I don't need you and you, I suspect, because I can take people down one at a time. But if the Spaniards arrive, then that's a problem for me here. I think I'd rather have you over here to deal with the inevitable Indian onslaught. Otherwise, where do I even have any heavies? I know I got a bunch of them, right? I have 123. So am I hiding some somewhere? The man with so many heavies, he doesn't even know where they all are. Ho hum. If only I used some kind of naming convention to help me out with this. Oh yeah, I forgot some of them are over in the Manatee Museum. That's the 16 there, that's more of them there. 21 are here, 25 are there. 25 are there, that's 75. Yeah, I think that's all of my heavies. If I need more, I have to make more. Despite the cost. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 heavies, more than enough to deal with anything. And I'll take innovativeness for all it's worth, which is at this point not a whole lot. And drowning in dip, well, good. Right, Venice, you're next. If Venice do come out to attack, I'm certainly going to want an admiral for you, so let's grab another one. We're going overboard on them, that's just fine by me. Let's have... Well, Klimpin died, so he's still fresh in memory. How about we have Green Gauges join us? Some people have capitals, some do not. And not too shabby with 4 maneuver. Not that that matters there, we don't have enough ships to really justify it. Okay, the back of the Ming is broken. That's of great use to us. But I'm still going to keep you there. There's no big harm to it. Massive sailor deficit, 700 a month. That's so many, I can't even steal all those away. It's going to become a real problem, actually, having so many active that becomes an issue. What I should probably do is pull the ones that aren't making big money. Like these guys cost me 43 of those, so if I were to pull 10 43 guys, then that's decent dosh. And I mean, take the White Sea. The White Sea is not a priority for privateering right now, so let's pull you away. English Channel still is, absolutely. Bordeaux, absolutely not. Let's try and do a bit of austerity when it comes to our sailors. Yeah, Lubeck is worth too much money to pull you back from. And then there's then there am I sailing around here. Well, how can I resist grabbing a few boats there? I swear I pulled some from here. There you are. That's a lot for a decent amount of money, but probably not enough to make it worth our time. I will, however, want to put the Spanish under blockade here, but you guys are just going to die where you are. I should have you over in Draken and then prepare myself for a big blockade using the boats in Draken. So for now, let's just have you pull back to Draken. You say Draken enough times, it doesn't sound like a real word. The south is fine for now. After all, we got the Portuguese under block. Hello. That should be a done deal. I'm quite confident we have that one in the bag. Again, our boats have so much durability that theirs do not. If we check out... okay, I don't have combat ability on my light ships. Boo-hoo. They don't really deliver anything. But when it comes to the battles, ship durability is 15%. That's a whole lot. Nice. Draken is still his capital. Always and forever on this campaign. Dragon's View. What a punishment game. You know, it's not that bad a game, but that doesn't mean it's that good a game either. Keep the Portuguese under blockade there, that is fine. I'll have you guys settle down a bit. Alright, still waiting for that opportunity to fight Venice though. Let's just do it now. Haha, they were there to fight anyway. Alright, green gauges, engage. And he really did. He grabbed ourselves some free light ships. Which I probably will just liquidate at this point. I mean, I have light ships galore here. You cost a lot of ships, so I will have half of you just sit around inside, and the other half just sit around here smelling your own farts. And that's enough to... It's not enough to keep the blockades 100%. That's where some good lights would come in handy, but again, gotta think austerity. Okay, that's good and all. Who's next? Still want Chernigov. Okay, Russia is in a big problem now. They're at war with the Ottomans. The Ottoman-Imeretian imperialist war. It's probably a good time to drop Russia as an ally. As expected, the Polish went for Gotland. Not a problem. I'm keeping the Polish under wraps. The Pomeranians think they can take us for the sound. I disagree wholeheartedly. So does Mardy Mole. Good grief, that was a bad fight for them, and it was a good fight for us because we just scored ourselves a whole load of extra galleys, making this our place now. Dang, that was a good fight for us. Very good. The Italians are at it again. Those are just Italian transports, and when you look at it, an East Indiaman has 12 cannons, a great frigate has 30. A great frigate has 24 hull, and East Indiaman has more. So they have more hull, but far less firing power. I'd rather think the battle is ours, especially given our superior durability. So I'm not worried about our pirates there. They'll be fine. I'm a little worried that we don't keep Italy under blockade here. And come to think of it, there are some Portuguese that need to be put under blockade as well. But that is exactly why I have all of these guys. Let's just send a token force down here. 20 there, and 10 there, and 10 there. They can spread out as the need arises. Problem is, war with Spain is going to cause a lot of these fleets to have a lot of problems. Lenaru has his funny bone tickled by the idea of the Italians being at it again. I fight them with 10 more engagement width than they have, which is brutal for them and great for me. And down go their ships. We even stole 9 of them. 9 which I will be liquidating into 100 or so sailors. Ah, you're at war with Spain. In fact, Spain is kind of flailing about in this war. That would be lovely if their colonies started going independent, but they are really not. Hate the idea of it, but I'm really going to have to pull the trigger on Spain. They are the biggest problem in all of this everything. There is so much Spain in the world. Everything green is Spain here. They even have a few knockoff provinces around here, which are thankfully under occupation. Probably not worth me worrying about, but still a pain. And I can't have my heavies everywhere. But as soon as I have Spain under wraps, I've had them under wraps before, I can do it again, but as soon as we have them under wraps, it should be done and done right. Having you two out there, we'll have those blockaded. Same with having a paltry unit out here. I think I'll just pull the trigger and deal with the consequences, much like I did with Portugal. I'll probably face occupations and stuff around the place, but I will eventually need to deal with the Spanish everything. So let's just do it. War against the world. Let's have it. This is getting grimmer by the moment, but it's what we do. 51 heavies, 35 of them are Spanish. No galleys, lots of lights. The heavies are the problem. We need them dead, but there's no easy way to find out how. I will have a sacrificial heavy right. Yeah, why sacrifice a heavy when I can sacrifice a light? Sacrificial light right there. We still make juicy profits. In fact, I feel like we're making more profits than ever before. Probably because of our vast amount of blockades. Check that. That really needs to consolidate itself. Jake, did you hear? Factorio 1.0 announced for September 2020. That is joyous news, but I had not heard it. Let's have some other joyous news. Let's just raid 100 sailors off of here. Sailors' numbers are definitely going down. The deficit grows. Okay. War with Spain. Oh, there are the Spanish heavies. If they pop out to play, I'm going to need to race over to them and give them a good kicking. Are they going to play, though? Kind of want to plug this gap, but our galleys there do that job as well. So why don't we head on up here? Oh yeah, because the Portuguese still have their heavy fleet right there. 10 of our heavies are far better than 10 Portuguese heavies. Let's bring our other heavies over here. Actually, 16 should be... probably not enough. I want to absolutely decimate those Spanish. I truly want to decimate those Spanish. I'll actually drop off some units to make it happen if I must. Spend some extra boats over here just to keep the blockades going. But this is fairly disgusting. There we go. Spanish Eto Watsits. He's going up to... Or is he going down? No, he's sailing south. 21st of March. How fast do you think you are? 22nd of March. That sounds like something that green gauges can take. Yeah. We'll get there in time to slaughter the Spanish transport fleet. Good. There's much to do in this world of destroying the Spaniards, but I'll stand up to do it. Someone has to. Alright, took forever, but we've got Sassari converted. And there's nowhere else that I think I even care to convert. Formos will take an Aeon and cost everything. I don't even know where Karina is. I feel like we've been there before. Oh yeah, this awful